Well, we founded Spit That in, I want to say, June of 2002. And since then, organically, a number of rituals have started. So for instance, when someone is introducing a new piece, something that they've never done before, then someone will say new shit, and then someone else will say, fresh out the ass, son. And then someone else will say, just hit the water. And then somebody else will say, bloop. And so these pieces developed over time. It started out with just saying new shit, which is sort of derivative of hip hop culture. DJ Clue, who did a series of popular mixtapes in the 90s, he would always say, new from Jay-Z, new from so-and-so. That was just his thing. So new shit, I think, came from there. Fresh Out the Ass Son came from Mary Bowman, rest in peace. She's very important to the Spit That family. She was actually born HIV positive, and she used her life to do poetry about being an HIV survivor. Dwayne is a proud winner of the first ever Mary Bowman Award, which he was issued this year, I believe, earlier this year. But Mary Bowman said, fresh out the ass, son. And I think B-Dub, Brandon Douglas, I think he added just hit the water. And then Loop, I don't know exactly where that came from. Came from the toilet.
Rio for our loss. I just cried for my son because someday I could become a hashtag. He cried for me when he saw my tears. We both are mourning innocence. My mother watches in awe, worried her two boys don't have Kevlar skin. In the Bible, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. These are lies. I still pray that we not be prey. 300 down by cops before May. My son is asleep. Pray I never have to know of him not waking.
Spit that in June of 2002. And since then, organically, a number of rituals have started. Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Obviously derivative of the Wizard of Oz. It's just something that we would say just to get everybody together, just to let them know the show is starting. So lions and tigers and bears, and everybody says, oh my. Usually, we always say it at the beginning of the show, but sometimes when things get a little rambunctious, little side conversations start, that's how we get back together. Well, we founded Spit That in June of 2002. And since then, organically, a number of rituals have started. Fatboy Sean is the most involved legend. We were on our second venue when Spit That was at Mocha Hut Cafe, now defunct, but it was on U Street between 13th and 14th Streets. This particular year, it was like the late 2000s, must have been like 2008, something like that. I could look at the calendar to really see, but Thursday night was Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day can be a very contentious thing in open mic circles. People come through and do all their love poems, and the single people feel like crap. Or people get broken up with right before Valentine's Day and they come and do poems cursing out their ex, which also makes everybody feel like crap. We didn't want to censor anybody, but we wanted to vary up the vibe. So we started the open mic list early. It had 3 columns: love poem, fuck love poem, poem that got nothing to do with love. That way, when the night came, we could alternate energies. Because we started the list early and we'll pass it around the audience, we couldn't necessarily correlate names with faces. So somebody signed up as Fatboy Sean. We had never had a Fatboy Sean before and we didn't know who it was. So when the night came, we had to call every name because he might have been there. Give it up for Fatboy Sean. Spit That audience goes crazy, shows love. Dude never shows up until the end of the night when Fatboy Sean actually in the flesh showed up. And we said, oh, you're Fatboy Sean. We've been, celebrating you all night. Every time we say your name, we applaud. But you weren't here. He explained that he was a rapper who was going to try spoken word for the first time, but since he had gotten applause without speaking a word, then his spoken word career could never get better. Therefore, he retired. We never saw him again, and we got to keep the name. So from then on, we say, give it up for Fatboy Sean if somebody signed the list and they're not there when we call them. That's the story of Fatboy Sean.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Amaya McGinty, and I am a member of the connectivity team at Woolly Mammoth. And we are super excited to welcome you to Spit That Digital, the live online version of Spit That in Residence at Woolly Mammoth. We are fortunate to be partnering on this event with Split This Rock, an incredible organization that cultivates, teaches, and celebrates poetry that bears witness to injustice and provokes social change, featuring members of their award-winning DC Youth Slam team. In fact, there is so much talent on the DC Youth Slam team that tonight's show, The Youth is the Truth, is part 1 of a 2-part series we will resume next month. Throughout the pre-show, you saw some community agreements that exist in order to maintain the positive environment and energy that is Spit That and practice care for one another. We ask that you please be respectful and generous with one another. Acknowledge the impact of your words and actions. Stay engaged through the use of the chat and reactions functions. Respect the artists and agree as a community to struggle against all forms of systemic oppression. Unless you are performing, we won't be able to hear you. So don't forget to use the chat or the applause functions to share your energy with our performers and show them some love. If you are in the Zoom room, I would also encourage you to show your faces if you feel comfortable doing so. This event is also being recorded and live streamed on Facebook, but for anyone feeling shy in the Zoom room, don't worry. Showing your face here doesn't cause you to be seen in the stream. Another way to show some love and spread the word about this monthly happening is by tagging Woolly Mammoth and Spit That on social media using @WoollyMammothTC and @SpitThatDC and the hashtag SpitHappens. On behalf of Woolly, we're thrilled to have you with us this evening. And without further ado, I'm going to turn the virtual mic over to our co-hosts, Dwayne B. and Droopy.
Lions and tigers and bears. This one you say.
Oh my.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
I'm straight New Orleans. Crawfish ate you fate and pralines. Rooting for the saints of all teams. Marcelluses and Moriels. Zulu balls and Southern Bells. 50-12 LaSalle. Operation Shattered Shield. Crooked Cops, G. I was in New Orleans when Entergy was Nopsy. Uptown. Houses built above ground. Didn't count for much when Katrina come round. But I bleed New Orleans. My blood type is a pocket way. Laissez-les bon temps roulé. I'm in the no even went out and I'm about it. New Orleans on the globe because the map is too crowded. Hotel do, baby, a dog from the ARG. I floss with Moss and I gargle with hot sauce. A 13th roadie with that uptown funk. Don't boycott Beyonce, boycott drunk. Cause I'm coming from where I'm from. Coming from where I'm from. Coming from where I'm from, yeah, yeah. Places and spaces we fly. Coming from the places and spaces we fly. Where I'm from, where you from? We living up the boom, boom, crack. That hip hop rock is jazz when I'm at.
I was made in Southeast, raised in Southeast, spit flows and rap shows and face shade in Southeast. Been shy, met women, got played in Southeast. Work hard, got a job and got paid in Southeast. I stay Southeast, even when I'm out of town. Folks see the way I rock my crown and say, Southeast. A bunch of folks are scared to come around Southeast. Many folks they ain't ever been found in Southeast. You talk the right stuff to the wrong one in Southeast. Bullet spray, another lost son in Southeast. We rock t-shirts wishing lovers rest in peace. They choke on the beef, met defeat in Southeast. The heat in Southeast, all blocks are hot. Beds run up in the spot where you eat in Southeast. Blue lights, no special, it's beast in Southeast. Red lights, no special, ain't no TLC. But things change. No whites in Southeast, comfortable. Bought some land, raised a family Southeast. Jaw past liquor stores, riding bikes in the street, making money working at homeland security. New office building in waterfront in Southeast. Didn't know the value of my property in Southeast. My hood turning good, rent rising for me. Landlord saying that it's time to pay a higher fee, but I'm so Southeast. Pick my DNA. Double helix seem to just say Southeast. That's the way of the beast. I best be prepared to change my life around and represent PG, cause we out.
Yeah, heard me. Welcome to the Spit That Residency. I am Drew Anderson, and
Bless up. My name is Dwayne B, the Crochet Kingpin.
as y'all see, this is the field trip edition of the Spit That Residency, because I'm calling y'all all the way from Raleigh, North Carolina right now. You dig? And where you at, kid?
I am about to walk down my block because I'm just returning back from Baltimore, Maryland. So yeah, the art don't stop, the game don't change.
So you was kicking all that on the bus just now?
True enough, bust his bumps.
My man, that's what's up for shiggity. But look here, welcome y'all. We got a super dope night tonight. Shahari, it don't get much more Southeast than that, huh? My man was on the bus kicking it, spitting it about being from Southeast. Literally out here in these streets, Shalon. Yeah, we got our Spit That Academy peoples in the house tonight. But look here, y'all got our extra special event tonight. The Youth is a Truth Part 1. As Amaya said, the team is so talented, we had to split their features up. So you're gonna get the other members of the Youth Slam team, DC Youth Slam team next month, all right? But tonight, boom, we got 2 fire starters to rock for y'all tonight. We got Kushvi, Romani, and Charlotte Maleski, and they gonna rock and rip and do the damn thing, you understand? So, Dwayne, anything you wanna share with the folks?
Happy National Poetry Month. I think there's no more fitting way for us to rock than by celebrating the youth and the voice that will continue to carry us on as we grow. You did?
That part, baby. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get into this open mic. So we look forward to hearing from each and every one of you, starting with one of the members of our beloved Spit That Academy, all right? Repping for Jersey, by way of, I always forget if you say by way of where you are now or both by way of where you're from originally. But whatever. Representing Spit That now because he's family now. He's part of our cult, if you will. And I'm excited for y'all to experience the talent of the one known as Yolan Cisse. Please give it up for Yolan Cisse, y'all.
What up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, y'all? My name is Yolan Cisse. I'm 28 years old. I moved here from Jersey about good, say 3 years ago. DC adopted me, so, I'm here to try to put on for both cities, you know what I mean? The piece I'm actually about to perform now is actually my homework assignment for this Thursday, so hopefully you guys will get a sneak peek of, just the kind of thought process. I really wouldn't, Drew told me to never say that I'm not a poet ever again from the performances I was giving during class, but I'm normally a beatboxer, so maybe if I have time, maybe I'll be able to share something of that as well too. But let me just get started with my poem. A flash of lights in a race of emotions. Keep your guard up, son! Everything is blurred, and the only thing in focus is my opponent. Another flash of lights, and the body refuses to respond. Doubt begins to creep in and feed on my once invincible ego. What are you doing? Another flash of lights and panic sets in like a broken dam. Abrupt darkness. All I can hear is my heartbeat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how I can incorporate, my beatboxing talents with my poetry, but I figured that was kind of an add to it. So I figured since I have a little bit more time, maybe I'll actually show off some more of my beatboxing, if that's cool for you guys. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Boom, cap, ticka, ticka, tip, cap, ticka, da boom, tip, a cap, to boom, cap, a ticka, boom. No, I'm just playing with y'all. Wait. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name's different Omicron. Omicron. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
More than enjoyed that. For anybody, you had me at, I can't do it, but I grew up off Transformers, and that sound effect right there brings back all the wonderful memories of my childhood. And everything else you did speaks to one of the first things that spoke to me, for me, and ultimately through me, which is hip hop. So word to that, all of the above. Word to you. Thank you for rocking with us. And we are proud to have you in our Spit That Academy and Spit That family. Word.
Thank you for having me.
Let's go, Joe. One of the freshest compliments that I've seen for a beatboxer is when somebody like celebrates their hi-hat. And I saw in the chat, it was like, the hi-hat is so clean. Like, respect, much respect. Also, excellent use of your beatbox in your poetry. I was here for it. Know that I was here for it. Drew Tang, I've just made it into the household.
I'm glad that you made it safe. Things are looking a little green over there. Are you sure you're not in the Matrix?
Well, you're the one, Mr. Anderson.
Unfortunately, the Matrix cannot be explained to anyone. You have to see it for yourself. In any case, list-wise, here's a conundrum. There's a Brandon on a list. Next, I have yet to have it confirmed that said Brandon is actually here. What say you, D? You heard any updates on that?
I have no idea because my phone is doing everything it can do to be in Zoom.
That's cool. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I know Miss Attitude is here. Miss Attitude, who has blown our minds repeatedly on these once a month Spit That Residency Woolly Mammoth events. And so if Miss Attitude, I know that based on where you signed the list, you may not have expected to perform quite this early, but stuff, be like that. And we certainly appreciate, I'm sorry, Miss Attitude, we certainly appreciate your flexibility if it's cool for you to perform at this time. So, Miss Attitude, are you ready? I believe Miss Attitude is ready to rock right about now. So please give all the Spit That Love available. Our people's over in Facebook Live land and right here in the Zoom. Please give all that Spit That Love to Miss Attitude.
Peace and love. Can y'all hear me? You can, great. I am not a youth. I am a totally adult spoken word artist, but I have 2 universal truth poems today. They're very short, that everyone I feel can relate to, because we all have a past and we all have a family of sorts. The first poem is called Past Tense. Everyone has a past, a secret mask they've thrown away on their last birthday, blew out the candles and prayed no one would ever find out about those days. That time when I came to find myself with my back against the wall, dive in or fall, and it had to be my decision, me taking my advice, and it's hard to know which way to go, so I went wherever the wind blows. That took me to the wilderness and beyond, and right back on my tracks. It happened just like that in my past. I didn't make it last. That's why it's in my past, where I'd left it, or so I thought. But here you are today, taking it out when I put it away. That's why I own my past, because there's no shame there. Look where I am now, wearing a gown and a crown. All of that is possible because I lived through my past. Thank you, Miss Attitude. And I have one more for y'all. And this is about my family and possibly your family. You know my family's crazy. I told you that when you met me. They're vegan, vegetarian, no pork eaters, conspiracy theorists. And those are the crazy ones. The crazier ones complain about everything wrong, but don't vote because it don't count. That's their go-to answer, their response to convince you that they're right. Right or wrong, they all belong in an insane asylum away from other crazy people. They're my family, who I come from, make up my DNA. Yes, they are my family, and I claim them, even the poor crazy ones, the ones who drink and shoot off guns, make bad decisions, argue, create divisions. When a family should be fam, go nose to nose, go toe to toe as a unit that is united. When it counts, and it always counts to back your family, because a family can't get up and leave. And we're a good family, rock solid. You can't deny we are kin. We got that same pretty skin, but we're still crazy. Peace and love, Miss Attitude.
Peace and love indeed. You always bless, rocking us, and something to think about. And making us proud. I appreciate the energy you bring and the attitude.
Thank you.
And the creativity. So word, peace and love.
Clean for the churn.
I appreciate the sentiment. You didn't fucking have to. But I appreciate the sentiment,
All right. Thank you.
That part. So Boom. I think it's about time for us to get into our first feature. Blessing us, showing us why the youth are the truth, representing the DC Youth Slam team, and about to rock for us. So I'm about to introduce our first feature. Kashvi Ramani is a writer, actress, songwriter, and singer from Northern Virginia. She has just graduated middle school and will be pursuing a dual program in high school, entrepreneurship at the Academies of Loudoun and theater and film at Rock Ridge Performing Arts High School. This is her first year participating in both slam poetry and the DC Youth Slam team, but she has been writing songs, poetry, scripts, and other forms of writing for much of her life. In second grade, y'all, she won her first poetry competition, going on to win $5,000 for her school after writing a rap in fourth grade, and was granted a silver medal at the national level for her submission to the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. Yeah, that part. The resume is wild, and she ain't finished high school yet. But beyond the resume, I think y'all gonna feel the spirit and the words of Kashvi Ramani. So please give it up for proving why the youth is the truth and blessing us with the feature. Please give it up for Kashvi Ramani. Give it up, y'all. What's up?
Hi, everyone. It feels like you guys already know who I am from that bio, but I'm going to present some poetry about me anyway. I just wanted to intro this first one just because it's probably one of the poems that is most connected to me because it talks specifically about my name. And I've always loved my name growing up. It means shining star in Sanskrit, so I wanted to write a poem about it, and I hope you guys like it. It's called My Name. My mom named me Kashvi the moment I was born. Kashvi, like a single star visible through the clouds on a foggy night, the glow that catches children's attention as they glance out the window to make a wish. Kashvi, like the shine behind my eyes when I beheld the world for the first time, tugging the scratchy beanie off my head to get a better look at the earth I would be spending the next 15 years of my life on thus far. A star takes 10 billion years to die, but my name passed within a few months. Shining star fades faster every day. Each confused glance and strained smile carves out the syllables. In America, my name is a trek across an arid desert, 6 letters too difficult to sound out. My tongue dries. Not cash. No, not Kosh. Wait, there's no X in my name. 6 letters, 2 syllables, 1 meaning. Let me spell it out for you. K is for the kurta I greeted with a bright smile and model pose to each click of the camera on the Diwali, until the laughter and snide comments began, and K was for keeping my kurta holed away in my backpack. A is for aptitude. STEM courses through my blood, but never my heart. Pages of words tucked into the diya we promised to use every month, but only light once a year. S is for Sanskrit, because each time I call it the Latin of India, my light dims a little more. H is for hungry, and the 3 pounds I lost during 5th grade when my best friend gave me my first nickname at lunch. My favorite Indian dish didn't remind me of my cousins anymore after that day. V is for Valentine's Day, and the quirked brows when I remark it's my favorite holiday. They never seem to realize it's the one day my family is able to call from over 8,000 miles away to wish my parents a happy anniversary. I is for Indian American. I can't speak an Indian language. I haven't seen my family in over 6 years, and my roots snake away each time my name is replaced by a blank space during a get-together with our Desi family friends. But Kashvi, like the lyrics I write, a bit of cocoa brown in each swoop of the cursive. Kashvi, like the books I stole from the top shelf of my mother's room. Mallory Towers more connected to me than Harry Potter. Kashvi, like the dupatta I still drape over my shoulders. Kashvi, like the way I still wear my grandmother's pearls everywhere. Kashvi, Sarayu, Ramani. I may not seem Indian enough for my Desi friend, or white enough to be the one whispering, but my name carries enough weight to remind me of the shining star my mother saw in my eyes the moment I was born. 2 strong syllables, a pair of stilts, to balance my 2 cultures wherever I go. So that was the first one. My second poem is entitled My Sister the Architect, and it's dedicated to my sister, as the name suggests. Her giggles are warning to some, healing to me. Eyelids made of wishes when I blow. The dark melt her flame in her eyes, and her cheek paints reminiscent wherever I go. Her hands are crafty, fingertips itch for Kailash. Her restlessness can turn drizzle to storm. Her whirlpool of the heart throws her to the pits of Naraka, until my heat transfers to her, and our palms whisper. Our birth giver in common created a chasm separating lives, but our eyes, our lips, our hands, our souls echo through the caves, join Atmans in love. That was a short one. My next one is called Woman Redefined, and I don't think this needs an intro because my poem says everything I want to say. No, but a young woman can be criticized for anything she does. Wears a little makeup to make herself feel good. No, don't cake your face and fool the boys. Cries when she's had enough. Your life is perfect. Pain undeserved. Tries in school. No, boys don't like them smart. Acts the fool. No, all girls are the same. No, stop stinging. The word's frequency now a dull throb. But when she's terrified, knows this isn't what she wants. No doesn't roll off the tongue. Gets stuck in her throat. Leaves her feeling the broken she knows they call her, but no, forget it happened. No, it's her fault. 18th century made evolution, no revolution, no condemnation of fabric of country. Founding fathers preached new ideas with a blind eye to women's suffrage. No to slavery, no to peace and prosperity. Why do we let a country created by men, now run by men, no ruined by men, ruin once again? Teetering laws or arguing parents, no, honey, let the grown-ups talk. They decide our fates like karma, force fingers to our lips and silence our cries, our hands itch to push back, but no, a good girl rests hands in laps, even when they strip us of our liberties, make us more bone, no more object, in their words than woman. The blame of their actions still weigh on us like a storm cloud that never stops pouring. So we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Know that men will claim the burden is left to them. No, but we agree, with tight-lipped smiles and teary eyes as another woman preaches, oh, boys will be boys, and the cycle continues. No, ignoring the problem won't make it go away. No, we can't sit back and watch as her beauty is taken, no, ripped, and her joy with it. No, don't succumb to the sword they brandish over and over. No, we've always been the better fighters because we've never stopped fighting. Break the cycle with hands you were told to keep gentle. Break tradition. Break submission. Redefine woman. So this next poem has a content warning, and it discusses briefly self-harm, so just avert your eyes if that's not something that you want to hear. And it's called Innocence the Truth. 64 pack of markers, scrawled with scribbled lines and an unmatched urgency, tucked within the gracious arms of the pine, sweep against the silver tinsel that falls apart as fast as trust during the holiday. Not for her. A little hope, innocence left in her glittering eyes, bounds up the stairs, a spring in her light-up Skechers. The house is alive on Christmas Eve. Snow brushes the roof. Strings of lights frame the facade. Amma and Appa creep down the stairs, freeze with every creak of the steps. Set down the swaddled eucalyptus box, tuck it beneath the skirt. She squeals on Christmas morning. Century-old camera clicks. Ghostly lighting sets her brown skin alive with color. Rips open the wrapping. 64 colors in neat lines. Her smile fades. The truth. Lose the unibrow, Ravi. Your food smells weird. You're supposed to be smart, aren't you? He's never gonna like you. White girls are prettier. Hot acid tears burn behind her eyelids. Teeth dig into her gums. Shake the contents with a growing fervency, not a single one. They told her white Sharpies could bleach, erase the skin she grew to hate. Days of scratching at the tainted canvas of her arm brushed away like the snow. She asked for a box of 64 just to make sure, yet her plan fell at her feet. Thought it would rest her splintered heart, but her innocence went with it. So this next poem is called The News. The news came mixed in brownie batter, in the oil of garlic knots sizzling at the touch, tossed in the salad like secrets 2 years old, tucked in the caramelized sunset orange of a high sea, coated with an extra layer of bubbles as protection. My 9th birthday was all giggles and giddiness. My family by my side, arcade coins itching to be cashed in my pocket, my favorite restaurant. A glance to my mom and my heart shriveled to a nectarine pit dropped to the pits of my stomach. Marrow, 2 weeks, incurable. I haven't been to the restaurant since. My heart stayed solitary all through winter, no food to accompany. I picked at my plate. His departures cycled with the seasons, cycled without reason. He was gone for 3 months once. When I heard a faint rap at the door, my eyes lit up like Christmas lights. He left the next week, taking my mother with him. Your sister needs you to be brave. So I was. They always presume 2 years older than I am, the familiar surprise laced with disdain. The 6-letter word they call me far too often. Mature is too familiar a frequency. But mature is just suffer smothered. Grown up trails out before too fast can speak. Even burns out. It might be seasoned with a little bit of determination and garnished with 3 stems of hope, but nothing lasts forever. So in place, I wrote a letter. Dear Romany, it starts. Not Dad. Mature means first name basis. I wish you told me before you did. I wish you wouldn't carry the storm clouds with shaky hands and fingers that freeze over with emptied pill bottles. I wish your once glinting smile of promises wasn't crumpled in the pages of hospital bills. I wish mine didn't crumple along with yours. I wish the leaves didn't fall when you leave. Even when you're here, you're gone. When you're gone, I wish I didn't have to worry you'd be gone forever. I wish that 10 years wasn't tacked on to maximum. I wish it would out with the in incurable. I wish gold could stay. I wish I was 8 again, the time before war was slipped under my door, before suffer merged with mature. Okay, I have just about 2 poems left. This next one is called Smile, and it's super quick. Mirrors were once a reflective surface. Quick glance, check hair out the door. They reflect something more now. Find the fire in my eyes and spread it through my body. The flames overtake me, burn a fervency that leaves me renewed. Or charred. Usually charred. My teeth never melt away. Pearly whites with upturned corners, polite enough to avoid mistaking mischief. Spotlights startle like mirrors, smile. Flashes under filtered lenses, smile. Microphone shines like the sun, but watch your tongue, smile. My giggles used to radiate. My mouth a candle. Slow burn the wick under wax wanes, and the sound grows louder. Smile grows wider. But chuckles were smothered, teeth swallowed, throat a dark abyss darkness. Wish I had cupped the light and tucked it away. An organized ritual. A performed act. Smile. And now, this last poem is slightly political, and it's about Kamala Harris, and it's called Kamala Harris. Amma always said, go do something. I'm bored on a lazy Sunday, scared for what may happen to our world, modeling in the uncut stems of our backyard. Find something productive, then fix it. Think bigger, Kashfi, bigger. Shyamala Harris always said go do something, whether her daughter was bored at school or conducting a mock trial with her sister in the comfort of her duplex. Find something productive. Think bigger, Kamala, bigger. Born in a nation of freedom and peace, but 13,000 miles across the sea is a piece of our identity. A life never lived, a story never told, a part we never really formed into a whole. For her, Her mother groomed her to see the world with screened eyes. Understand they see you with a black filter. Accept it, but never expect the worst. The saris were banished to the back of her closet. I never had them to begin with. White picket fences line the streets, American flags flap in the gusts of wind I never got used to. Maybe the drops of moisture beating my forehead at every hour of the day suits me better. The life fulfilled, the story written where I'm treated like a princess, maids and drivers at my command, or at least where princesses that look like me exist. The foundation of Kamala's steady home was rattled early on, couldn't take on the world with the broken shards of her glass heart. So she picked up the pieces and hid them, her head leading instead of her chest. She would make her mother proud. And I was a bird at birth, just itching to fly home, wherever that is. I never belonged here, or there, or anywhere, really. But each time my mind would get wrapped around itself, my mother would call with a megaphone to jumpstart my brain, would tell me exactly where I was, say these wings would know someday, so take it step by step. I knew that I would make her proud. Kamala's sword said dethrone the king, campaigning to run our country, or rather sit by its side. Handpicked for her love, or was it her color? The best option to grace the ballot, or is it the lesser of two evils? Now she's caught. How can she fly when her wings are clipped by the people she hopes to govern? Go do something. Clock hands tick. Go do something. Another life lost. Go do something. Even when you're caged, go do something. Go do something, because a caged bird can still sing. Her mother, decorated in the stars like constellations, lives in her glass heart and reminds Kamala of the hope that keeps her from nosediving. With every comment of not black enough or brown enough, they say I'm not Indian enough, not white enough. Every Trump 2022 word set on a loop as a comeback to all accusations. Even a year later, they always have a jeering reply when I stand up for what I believe in. A woman is not fit to lead. I can never thrive in a male-dominated field. Because her presence is strong enough to dispel all accusations. Her name is the wind under her wings to keep her aloft. Began as Kamala Harris. A little girl with big dreams and a strict mom that taught her independence, was once Senator Kamala Harris, the first South Asian senator, is now Vice President Harris, the first female, Black, and Indian vice president in American history. And just as her mother led her through the blind spots in life, she'll be a mother to our country. She'll make mistakes. We may not agree with what she says, but she'll fight for us and do everything she can to protect us. Inauguration Day has passed in 2021, and the new start has already been tainted by a sea of red. Can't handle defeat, excuse after excuse tumbling from the King of Hearts, but he won't have the power to behead much longer. Her Amma always said to go do something, so she does. For centuries, justice has been symbolized as a woman, blindfolded, a scale in her hands. Her eyes are covered because justice shouldn't depend on the color of your skin. It shouldn't depend on how much money you have. Justice should be impartial. Amma always said go do something. So I do. I don't let them tell me that my birth year makes me any less advised, or the color of my skin determines my rights. I don't let them preach that my sex keeps me earthbound. 13,000 miles across the sea, but these wings need not spread right away. I found a home, and I'm here to stay. Thank you so much for having me today.
Can I just say how much fire has been emitted from this young star? I will be watching your career with quite a bit of excitement. You are a brilliant writer, super dope performer, and your quite credentialed resume you live up to it. You live in it, you live beyond it. And I'm really excited to see what further you do with words as a fan of Wizards of Words. So word, that part.
Kashfi! Yes! Absolutely fantastic feature. I'm looking forward to going to your book signings and listening to your album as I crochet and like do things that I live in my life. Yes, you're amazing. And we celebrate that. Y'all,
couple of things. So we just had our first feature. I can't see the open mic list, and I know that there's at least one more person on there, but I want to take this moment right now and celebrate somebody who has been very instrumental, very core to the core partnership and the work that we have been doing. They just messaged me just now in the chat too, which is hilarious. So unfortunately, today is Allison's last day with Woolly Mammoth, and I just want to acknowledge how crucial Allison has been in both communicating and holding the ties for the whole team and making sure that this event happens and that we get all the stuff in order, and also being just a really dope person outside of their work and we place so much value on people based on what do they do for us, but in a very real and raw way, Allison, you are amazing, and we are looking forward to continuing both the friendship and following of your amazing self, career or not, all of that, your career is gonna be great, all of that, but you are who we are really deeply caring for. So yeah, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for rocking with us, and thank you for all of your support. So yeah, for those who don't know, in the chat, Allison is our Spit That digital producer, among many other amazing things. So yeah, thank you, Lolly, for the plug. So yeah, Drew Tang, I hear we actually don't have anyone else on the list.
So let's do this. All right. Charlotte Maleski is going to rock for us. I'm not going to put you on the spot right now. Not that you weren't ready, because the youth are the truth, and the truth is always on time. But just as somewhat of a buffer, I would like to do a poem by one of my favorite poets, Hanif Abdul-Rakib, Ohio's own. And this poem is called "It's Not Like Nikola Tesla Knew All of Those People Were Going to Die." Everyone wants to write about God, but no one wants to imagine their God as the finger trembling inside a grenade pin's ring, or the red vine of blood carved into a child's palm while they cradle the head of a dying parent. Few things are more dangerous than a man who is capable of dividing himself into several men, each of them with a unique river of desire on their tongue. It is also magic to pray for a daughter and find yourself with an endless march of boys who all have the smile of a motherfucker who wronged you and never apologized. No one wants to imagine their God as the knuckles cracking on the father watching his son picking a good switch from the tree. And certainly no one wants to imagine their God as the tree. Enough with the foolishness of hope and how it bruises the walls of a home where two people sit, stubbornly in love with the idea of staying. If one must pray, I imagine it is most worthwhile to pray toward endings. The only difference between sunsets and funerals is whether or not a town mistakes the howls of a crying woman for madness. That was "It's Not Like Nikola Tesla Knew All Those People Were Going to Die" by Hanif Abdul-Rakib from his book, A Fortune for Your Disaster. And now I'll pass it to my bruh, Dwayne Lawson Brown, to introduce our second and final feature of The Youth or the Truth, Part 1.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And quite the poet we have who will be sharing with us. I will just get straight into the introduction. Charlotte Maleski is a poet, tap dancer, black belt, and award-winning filmmaker attending high school in Arlington, Virginia. She is also the inaugural 2020 Arlington County Youth Poet Laureate. Her poetry explores gender, queer identity, and mental health. She carries poetry into her other artistic interests to explore how different mediums can collide. In 2019, she qualified at the citywide level for the Optimist International Oratorical Contest, and she is an alum of the University of Virginia's Young Writers Workshop.
Since discovering spoken word at a middle school open mic, she's dreamed of being on the DC Youth Slam team. 3 years after her first performance, she has been invited back to local middle schools as a guest speaker on poetry and is excited to be a new member of the 2020 and 2021 Youth Slam team. I need y'all to bang all of your hands together wherever you are on this planet and show a whole heaping lot of love for Charlotte Maleski.
Thank you so much for that reverberating introduction. Hi, y'all. My name is Charlotte. I am so excited to be here featuring and just being in a new poetry space. I'm so thankful that these spaces have persisted throughout everything. I'm gonna just get into it. In my first piece, it's called Hiding. Hiding on me looks like long hair and a blouse. I remember the first time I bought a tux shirt, questioning my mom why she put women's in the search bar. She spelled it out for me with simple words: female, chest. I worked these to a blister. When my boxy, text-ridden t-shirts came off, the silhouette was still curved, and I wanted to be crisp, like an ironed collar. In math class, I wanted to be the asymptote, straight and forever stretching, but I was the function, always hugging and finding restrictions. I was Zeno's perfect daughter, infinitely nearing that straight-edge body without ever arriving. Hiding on me looked bare, clean-shaven. I don't know who told me my body hair was dirty, but it is dark, the color of Earth's flesh, warm as her embrace. Have you ever admired the way soil glitters, the organic glamour of flower beds and those fine bits of mica? I hide by washing my luster away with a razor blade, bulldozing over my body until it is clean. Hiding on me looks like refusing to burn, no matter how my body is whittled into matchstick and struck against the gritty box. When freshman year began, the hems crept higher, encroaching my covered comfort. I faced my stomach. In band class, we were taught to expand, let our diaphragms make way for the lungs, twin cavities full of music. I gave myself to this, gifted my breath to the wood, wanting to return the fibers to their trees and sing as if they had the wind in their arms again. I hide like shallow inhales, tucking my diaphragm under high-waisted jeans, stowing away the songs in my stomach. Hiding on me looks like embodying half a dichotomy and stuffing the spectra in my pocket. I want to exist unrefracted, to be blinding without bending over backwards nor explaining myself away, because myself is magic, and a magician never reveals their secrets. I wish to be iridescent light. I hide by shattering my rays into rainbows to prove all the colors are there. When will they shut their eyes and ignore the photons? Light is rapid, understanding is not. Take time absorbing me, and my light may spill out of hiding. This next piece, so excited to finally perform it. I've been workshopping this so hard, and you know when you've been just like workshopping that one piece, you're like, it's almost there. It's this close to being like its best self. That's this piece. I just wanted to give you some poet context because I know I'm in the room with poets, and I know they're just feeling it so hard. So I want to give a brief content warning for a brief reference to self-harm. This is My Mind is a Living Thing, or The Plant. There is a great leafy houseplant by my desk. Her languid arms dapple the lamplight. Blithe leaves spill and spool and drape my workspace in shade, so I cannot see my own words as I write them. It is so dark on my desk that I confuse my veins for her vines as I go to prune her. She just wants to grow. But if she's left to her own devices, she may overtake me, so I put the plant outside, thinking she would starve. She sips snow and drinks the icicles, surviving on sun-made glucose in my unnerved glances. She's still alive. She pleads to be let in, where it's warm, where she can frequent the edges of my desk again. I insist, no, you can't come in. No, you can't come in. That stubborn plant is growing out there. Why isn't she normal? Why isn't she normal? Once she is normal, I will let her come inside to this untroubled desk in my untroubled head. I have waited months. She's still out there. Wanting so badly to be let in, she's learned to knock, her green fist on the oaken door. I hope the polished wood serves as a warning. This is what I do to weeds like you. Mutilate and manufacture, stain and paint till you're a piece of the walls round the desk in my head, keeping it free of disfigured flora. Look at this desk, plant. Look at the paper. How pulp surrenders to ink, to crisper blood. This could be you, plant. Oh, so productive, so pristine. She asks me why I hate her, crying saccharide tears, staining her chlorophyll cheeks. I tell her, you are too organic, green and growing, so natural. Us humans, we like to forget we're living things. So that's that, Joan. And next, I get to unveil how much of a nerd I am, which you might have already gotten for my first two poems, but this one's real nerdy. Where are my poets at that actually like math? I see, like, kind of. That's fine. I like math. I'm skipping my math homework to do this. And this next poem involves some math because I just wanted to write a math poem. And for a little bit of reference, I mentioned the graph of cosine, and it looks like this. That's all you need to know. Yeah. This next poem is trigonometry in two parts, and a brief content warning for passive suicidal ideation. Trigonometry. 1. Origin. The overwhelm undulates as waves. Sometimes a gentle moon pull, and others a piercing sine blare. My math homework is looking at me the wrong way tonight, but cosine really gets me. Crossing into positive time at her peak and only downhill from there. She will peak again, just like me. My sadness sinusoidal. Ups and downs don't cut it. Sometimes there's nothing I wouldn't give to unbecome, to inverse be. And I don't want to use trigonometry as this teardrop poem, but wouldn't it be grand to swap time and altitude and stretch up as some alien space beam, climb the y-axis and writhe upwards and never deal with my x being always time. Quadrant 1. For a moment, I imagine myself cosine queen, 'cause damn, my peak's exquisite. Sometimes the troughs threaten to end my reign of the endless x-axis. Sometimes the valleys fancy themselves forever, but I resist the temptation to dip lower by remembering my throne and mustering the courage to climb to it. Even if I'm dragging my crown, which grumbles like a red metal wagon on asphalt, even if I am crawling, my body a limp function, I will reach my high point. The air may be thin up here, but I believe it is the sunrise of I which takes my breath away. Next, circling back to another queer poem, gotta throw them in, like sprinkles, like glitter, like confetti, you know? This next poem is called Polish. I like painting my nails. The swipes of cool polish so soothing, but it's delicate when wet. My fingers are 10 contortionists, curling at odd angles to keep it smooth. Does it matter if it's rippled? Is imperfect polish still pretty? At first I like how they look, but in a few hours it'll bother me. In a few hours it's permanent. In a few hours they come with me everywhere. Does this stain want to stay? Can I remove it? If I want to take this polish off, I have to soak it in acid. The acetone makes my head swim. I wonder if I take the plunge and dunk my polished fingertips, will I be stripped of my certainty? I like the act of painting my nails, but I drown in questions every time. The sea of pink acetone stares at me and asks, why do you hesitate? I can cleanse you of your femme or let you keep it, but why do you stand on the edge, uncomfortable, itching? Where does your gender stand? I've been to this ocean before. I know how I'll sink to the bottom, becoming a lonely scuba diver, souled cartographer of my ocean floor. After my hands become a few ounces heavier, the pressure of gender weighs tons. The waves of acidic femininity are lapping at my heels, and rather than exploring the expanse of it, I run, because my sea of self is so vast. I like painting my nails. I like painting myself, girl. Is taking this gender off as swift as unzipping the dress, removing the polish? My presentation stains their assumptions. I panic. Can I reach behind others' eyes and wash away what they saw me as? Bleach their binary? Remove their perception? Or is that too late? We on the penultimate poem. And this one is a quarantine blues poem. And it's for all people who are just like zoning out, watching cherry blossoms in quarantine. I wrote this last spring, but it's a lot better this spring. Auto. Our conversation is choppy. It has no rhythm, no flowing rubato either. We used to sing together. Now I harmonize alone, the worst oxymoron. Pear blossoms fall in a flurry like snow, or maybe ashes of a post-apocalyptic purity, but spring isn't cold nor dead, so why can't I say that the petals fall like petals? We speak in distance, in disconnected tongues and disjointed feelings, bored, lonely, vegetative. Why does our love halt with the world? We slug through summer, and once the dead leaves fall, we return to stillness. He is preemptively cold. His love an early pear blossom, a cascade of memorized code, a death by lack of sunshine. But why can't I say the petals fall like petals? Every conversation feels more automated, more automatic, and I hate both of those words share a root that means self. Conversations of self. Every conversation, self. Every conversation, more by myself. The pieces of blossoming lonely fall like petals. And now, after the downer, we have to end on a love poem. I wrote this, I think I wrote this at Y-Dubs. I wrote this at that summer camp that I mentioned. And I want to plug the poem that this was based on. The Orchids Are Sprouting from the Floorboards by Kaveh Akbar. Beautiful, beautiful piece of poetry. So yeah, this is my quirky love poem. It's called Eyelashes, after Kaveh Akbar. There is a delicate black sliver on the corner of my notebook page, an eyelash. I press one finger atop it. A dark crescent moon now hangs on my fingertip. There is a thin streak on my desk, another eyelash, and another, and another. They weren't there before. Even more come to rest on my page filled with eyelash poems, every letter of every word made from eyelashes. Every stanza sits on straight lines of eyelashes, pouring from my pencil tip, which is an eyelash, gripped by my finger with the first singular eyelash. It is now my 5 fingers with 5 eyelashes. My whole hand is eyelashes, and my watch hands are telling eyelash time, each passing minute marked by eyelashes. Each passing minute, I see more. Eyelashes crowd the windowsill and rustle in the trees, in which perch eyelash birds singing eyelash song, carried to my ears on eyelash winds which stir the piles that have collected on the floor. Eyelashes flutter upwards, rise to my calves. Eyelashes are at the backs of my knees, itching my midsection, climbing my spine. I am up to my neck in eyelashes, and once they arrive at my cheeks, I am bombarded by butterfly kisses, eyelashes finally reaching eyes to find them wet, spilling over with tears. No eyelashes to hide them because my eyelids are bare. So many eyelashes and none left for me. With a single exhale, I blow them all away, making thousands of eyelash wishes. I hope one reaches you. Thank you. That's my piece.
You know, the fact that someone as young as you can grapple with concepts and subject matter so complex and handle it so handily, if you'll pardon my redundancy, that gives me hope for the future, because there are so many adults who don't understand so much of what you just shared, let alone be able to dance with the language around the concepts. So you just gave me a lot of hope for the future, and also a lot of the nerve I need to call out adults who don't understand the things that you just said. There's a lot behind that, you know, conditioning and things of that nature. But what you just shared and how you shared it is so wondrous and inspiring and creative that, and Dwayne, this is like 2/5 of the DCU Slam team. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yo, like, again, the youth are the truth. You dig? I just want to say that I will be thinking about and seeing the image of 1,000 eyelash wishes like floating into the air. Like, that's that's such a great, great, great. Thank you. Thank you. Like, just thank you. That's those are the words. Thank you. We are gracious for both Charlotte and Kashvi for sharing with us today. If you have not had a chance to, there are signature cards that are in the chat. So let's pop those back in there. Go in, sign Kashvi's, sign Charlotte's, put some love in there, put good vibes. Spit that we have a history of having like gift cards, and then we had the ECAC booklet, and then now it is this digital card format. But folks hold on to these things for their lives. I know me personally, I have everyone that I have downstairs in like this folder, and when I'm feeling like nothing is worth it at all, I look at those spit that cards and I go, you know what? People care about my work. People care about me. This is worth it. And so we want to make sure that everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's in this joint, both on Facebook and here in the Zoom room, are able to support our features. Yeah, I believe, Drew Tang, that we may have had somebody step up with interest in sharing. I also am interested in sharing one of my 30-30 pieces. We'll see how I feel about that in a second. But am I correct in my assumption about a particular person? Two new performers. Ooh, okay. I'm seeing information in the chat. Let's go. Well then, first up to the open mic. Though remember, I can't see the open mic list, so I don't know the order. So I'm calling based on what I saw in the chat. She is the, oh my gosh, connectivity intern. I need y'all to show some love. All I know is Amaya is super dope and has been like incredibly helpful in like navigating things that are happening between Spit That Woolly and all kinds of stuff. I need y'all to show some love right now. She's rocked with us in the past. She's rocking with us right now. Show some love for Amaya.
Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me? All right. Great, great, great. So when I'm not being a connectivity intern, I am also perception, a spoken word artist and an actress. And one thing I'm really focusing on with my art right now is, mental health in the Black community and how I can bring my story to that and tell that honestly, which is hard, but something I'm working on. And so this is the first piece I recently posted on my new YouTube channel featuring my spoken word, entitled Self-Love Ain't Easy. So, self-love ain't easy. Believe me, I've been trying to love myself since I was 13, searching for a part of me that I can deem worthy of my own self-respect. And I would sit and reflect and delve into the inner me. And I found my biggest enemies and all of my demons and about 100 other reasons why I considered myself less than enough, considered myself unworthy and undeserving. And it was terrifying and disturbing just how bad I was hurting. Because self-love ain't easy. Believe me, I can't count how many times I've described myself feeling like nothing, feeling numb and empty, only filled with animosity, resentment, and envy. And as I enter the age of 20, I just wish the younger version of myself knew the magic that was flowing within me, but I was too busy trying to be enough. I didn't recognize that I was plenty. Intently questioning my own identity because I allowed my insecurities to take on its own entity. But self-love ain't easy. Believe me, I've killed my spirit so many times that I have learned how to grieve me. And when I lost myself, I found I was the only person who truly needs me. So I'm learning when it's right to be selfish and greedy. Because when I was serving parts of my soul on silver platters, there was nothing left to feed me. So no, self-love ain't easy. Believe me, sometimes I notice that I've fallen back into old ways, old mindsets in the dark days, but in the same breath, I'm able to give praise for how far I've come. Some days I feel so stagnant, and others I can't help but admire everything that I have become. Some moments I question if I'm enough or if I'm worth it, and others I relish the idea of being perfectly imperfect. So no, self-love ain't easy. Believe me, it is a journey. And I am learning to fall in love with every flaw and imperfection, soul searching and humbly self-reflecting to acknowledge everything that I am, accept myself exactly where I am, and embrace everything that I am becoming. I am a walking evolution, and I'm eagerly running towards everything that is for me and of me. And with each day, I find new ways to teach others and myself how to properly love me. Thank you so much.
Wow, Amaya. We got ringers on the team and stuff. We got secret weapons. We got, yeah. I think you just spoke for, as I think you know more than yourself, and you did it well. And I honor the fact that speaking to mental health in the Black community is something that you put forward as an artistic and personal mission. And besides the fact you just rocked the hell out the mic. So kick it, sus. Do it to it. All the above. Amaya in the house. Dwayne, what you got?
Man, yeah. I was like, oh crud. I believe I may still be muted. So the other person that signed up actually is not in the Zoom. So I think I want to share. Is that cool with y'all? Where?
Absolutely not. Who told you you could spit? I'm messing with you.
I know,
Come
right?
on, bro.
It's disaster. What am I doing? This piece is called Notified, or something that I can't think of right now because I posted it on the website and don't remember. WordPress notification, 8:43 a.m. John Arrington liked your post. New post. No April Fools. Morning sits on chest. Weighted blanket on a cotton field lonely. Friday. And twilight clips between the blinds. Email notification, 8:51 a.m. Hey, Dwayne B. Something on your wish list is now on sale at the Nintendo eShop. And it is, as awakening can be, rude and abrupt. Vibration and restless. Every day. Still life. Screening screens in isolation. Text notification, 9:20 a.m. Ignore. A stutter stop. Taciturn tantrum from a pachyderm roommate. Call from scam likely. 10:34 a.m. Ignore. Wanting seems selfish.
Outside seems selfish. Missing you seems voicemail notification 10:35 a.m. 20 seconds of white noise. Selfish. And the day doesn't mind, a meandering mind, wanderlust personified. Here doesn't feel like Facebook message notification, 11:46 a.m., 3 unread. A derailed train is a thought deferred, a virtual memory wiped, a filthy clean for the unrecalled. Zoom meeting, 12:30 p.m., 1 of 3, a pachyderm returns. Makes seat of chest, a quilt of questions, and text message notification, 1:37 p.m., Lawson Brown Men Group, 1 of 6. I'm safe. Which is to say, death has yet to know my address. The bullet was not mine. Today, all cars stayed their course. Mourn the loss, celebrate the life, recognize the causes. Pachyderm roommate. Instagram notification, 2:12 p.m., 4 of 16 unread. I just want to. Facebook notification, 12:13 p.m., 4 unread. Think Microsoft Teams meeting reminder, 2:15, meeting begins in without the pressure. Pinterest notification, 2:16 of Yahoo email notificate, Gmail notificate, Twitter notificate, buzzing. Instagram live notification, 5:30 p.m., online trivia party. And I am buzzing and streaming, turned on and digitized for consumption, product posted, unsold. Pay file notification, 6:37, payment sent to When it dies, all is still, but the thoughts scampering the mind's floor. Calls missed, city in peril, sun alone, and all is still. But the locks that won't fall, and the resilient ash hunkered between my thumb and pointer, pen swaying, a meter bump on the green line, signs of life, all still in motion. Whew. Poem. So that's I want to say day 2 of the 30-30. So yo, that's like yeah. Feels, thoughts, feelings. All right, I'll be quiet. Drew, what's up?
What's up is you just rocked the hell out the mic and made me step my pen game up even further, as you're wont to do. But if I'm not mistaken, I think we have exhausted the open mic list, yes? All right, that nod from Silali tells me yes. And so with that said, I want to thank our utterly amazing features, Kashfi Ramani and Charlotte Maleski, for doing it to the point it was just indelibly done. And the inspiration and the fact that we have 3 more members of the DCU Slam team, 3 stars, 2 bars, Shaka Zoo. Hey, I know I ain't saying it right. I'm not an alum, but I'm a fan of the legacy that you all are so awesomely extending. So next month, it won't be, if I'm not mistaken, it won't be first Monday. Is that right, Dwayne? It's going to be second Monday?
That is correct. We will be back second Monday of May.
Second Monday, 8 p.m., just like this. All right, come, bless the open mic, be inspired, rock out, support the features, support the youth who are the truth. We're looking forward. Also, as you can see from the slides that are being shared, once again, give it up for Charlotte Maleski and Kashfi Ramani. Definitely support them. In the chat, we've got their just ways that you can support them, ways that you can find out more about the DCU Slam team. Definitely show love. Support these artists. They're incredible. They're going to be famous if that's what they want. And you know, we, even beyond people being famous, we are taking part in their cultural foundation. And so it's an honor. So honor that honor. And the Youth of the Truth Part 2, May 10th, as you can see, check us out. It's love, it's live, it's all that, it's Spit That. Let's get it. Lions and Tigers and Bears.
Oh my.
Lions and Tigers and Bears. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good night, y'all. Thank you for rocking with us.
Charlotte and Kushvi, if y'all can like stick around for a second for me. Yeah.